Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another beautiful Friday worth of hauling trash. We have just finished off our first load and we're getting ready to head back up north. We're going to make a little detour. We've got to go to our Prescott Valley yard. This trailer needs to get dropped off over there for some repairs. And we'll pick up our next load there. It's been nice down here today. It was muddy down below, down in the pit, but not so bad that we got stuck, but slid around a little bit. Definitely, they got some rain down here yesterday and it just bogged everything down. Everything's still wet. And I think there's a chance to get some more rain today, a little bit later. See how that pans out. But if it is going to rain today, it's going to be much later, late morning or maybe even afternoon time before it does. The skies are not cloudy right now. They're hazy. The sun has been up now for maybe an hour. So we're cruising across Lake Pleasant Parkway right here. We jump onto New River Road and on across to I-17. Just a little, it's not really a shortcut, I guess. It might save 5 minutes. It doesn't save much than going down the 303 to I-17. But it might avoid a little bit of traffic, a little less stressful, this little stretch of road. So we'll just cruise along and enjoy it. There's a lot of wild burros out here you have to watch out for, particularly at night. Right now isn't too bad. They're easier to see, of course, but they're very dark colored and they get hit out here all the time. People cruising down this road at night in the dark and those things walk out, and by the time you realize they're there, it's too late. And they're the size of a small horse, so they do a lot of damage if you hit one. Not to mention what it does to the donkey. Alrighty, we'll pick this up a little bit further north. Hey guys, we're back again. We just turned off of I-17. We're turning on to, I believe this is Highway 69, which will take us over into Prescott Valley, where our Prescott yard is. I'll pick up my next load there. It's a nice road. It's speed limit's 65 across here, but there's usually not much traffic, and it just flows along pretty good. A few little towns to go through on the way, but mostly just easy driving. We are just about to turn off up to where our yard is. Picking up some radio chatter from the yard up there. They're moving trailers around, getting stuff loaded up. As I get close, I'll call them and find out where they want me to put this one. As I get closer, I'm close now, just not quite close enough. Hopefully there's nobody sitting at this turn. It's a tight one, and gotta be careful I don't drop my trailer off into the big old ditch over here. If there's nobody in the way, it sure makes it easier. I can swing a little wider. Oh, looks like we're gonna have an easy turn. Yeah, very nice. And again, we'll hope there's not a lot of traffic at this turn. There's usually not, but everything's a little tight up here for big trucks. wide to stay off the curb. Then I got to swing wide to get in the yard over here. Good morning, gentlemen. I'm coming in with trailer number 65 that's red tagged. Where would you like it?
Where do you want that trailer? Do you want it out back? Just drop it out back and there's a drop-in hook out there for you.
10-4 will do, thank you. Okay, we're dropping this trailer off right here, guys. I will get back with you in a little bit once I get this all unhooked. We are hooked up to our next trailer, topped off our coolant, and we're ready to get on out of here. Terrible spot to put a trucking yard on this little bitty old road. All these little tight turns makes it kind of inconvenient. But I guess you get used to it. It all works out in the end. Well, let's see, what is it here? 83 degrees at 8 o'clock in the morning. Somebody couldn't wait. Had to pass. That is a stout mailbox. I don't know if you saw that. That thing's a beast, built on top of a big concrete road barrier. Big old heavy steel box. Good luck knocking that thing off. Some teenagers go by there in the middle of the night with a baseball bat. They're gonna get their chickens scattered. Oh, it's kind of pretty up here around Prescott. It's all brown, everything's really dry, but let's see how long it takes us to get the light. So far it's been a good day, good run. There's a green light. Out straight and turn late. Keep that trailer in the lane where it's supposed to be. This is the deceiving little hill right here. It's a long, gentle grade, but when you're loaded heavy, it's enough to slow you down. So we're only going 49 miles an hour right now. Now it's going to start downhill again a little bit. We'll pick up a little bit of speed, hopefully. But it's a deceiving hill because it doesn't look like a hill, really. It just looks mostly flat, but it just starts slowly eating away at your speed and your momentum. Oh, I wish the wind was blowing just enough to straighten out that big old flag over there. That's enormous. They've got them at half mast right now. I'm trying to remember, I heard what that was for. Oh, it's the memorial. This is the anniversary month of the 19 hotshot firefighters that were killed in Prescott a couple of years ago in a big fire. Granite Mountain Hotshots, and that's why the governor of the state has asked us, everybody, to put their flags at half staff as a memorial for that. We also had a Yavapai County Sheriff's officer was shot and killed last weekend. So that was another tragic loss of one of our first responders. Pretty tough, dangerous job those guys have. Whether it be firefighters or law enforcement or military or whatever. Paramedics, ambulance guys, you know, all those people, they never know what they're walking into in a situation. That YCSO officer that was killed, it was just out in this area here. When we get to the end of this road, back onto 17, that's an area called Cordis Lakes, and it was out there somewhere where he basically got ambushed by somebody. I do believe they have captured the individual that did it. There's a special corner in the pits of hell for somebody like that. Big Bug Creek we're crossing right here. I don't know what that big smokestack over on the left used to be. I'm going to assume it was part of a smelter. There were a lot of mines and ore processing facilities, smelters up here, and so that probably was some kind of a smelter operation. A lot of those big cement smokestacks get taken down over the years. The town where I grew up, Clarkdale, there was the smelter from the 1950s back from, gosh, it was like in I can't remember if it was the early 1900s or the late 1800s when the smelter was moved to Clarkdale, and it operated there until the 50s. And then sometime a little bit after that, they took there were two big giant smokestacks. Then they blasted those down. There was also one in Cottonwood that had a big smokestack, and it got blown down. All over the state. Arizona's always been a big mining state, and there's still a lot of mining that goes on down in the southern part of Arizona. A lot of copper. Big Bug Creek again. It just meanders along this canyon, I guess. Back and forth. There's another garbage truck, one of our boys. He's coming back from the landfill. Well, we'll be getting back on I-17 here in just a couple more minutes. Still not much in the way of clouds up in the sky. There was a little bit of a lightning thunderstorm kind of far off in the distance early this morning when I was leaving, but it looks like it has dissipated. No idea now what time, if we're going to get any rain today. Maybe it'll just all stay up north. Which is a little bit, I guess, okay. We need the rain, but the landfill needs to dry out a little bit. If it rained very much more, we're just going to get into a mud bog down there. We're going to be getting stuck all over the place. Alrighty, back on 17. Let the games begin. Let's see what kind of traffic we're going to have. Actually, it looks pretty easy right now. Well, we are just now at Bloody Basin Road. I'll have to look up one of these days the story behind the name of that place. I'm sure it's going to turn out to be something very unimpressive, but it sounds kind of like there might be an interesting story. Maybe there's a chance, I don't know. So anyway, I'm going to cut this off for a little bit. We'll pick it up a little further south. Well, guys, we're going to pull off right here at the Bumblebee exit. There's a big parking area down here, and I've got a chunk of something trying to blow out of the top of my truck here, out of my trailer. I don't want that to blow out on the highway, so we're going to pull down here to the parking lot and fix it. Crown King is a cool little mining town up in the forest. Not much there. A couple of restaurants and a bar or two, and it's a fun place to go. Like on a razor ride or a Jeep ride for an afternoon. Take a picnic lunch up there, or go have lunch at one of the restaurants. It's a rough road. It's definitely better in a razor or a side-by-side, something like that, with a little better suspension. You can do it in a Jeep or a four-wheel drive truck or whatever, but you're going to be going slow because it's pretty rough. All right. Nice big place to park, out of the way. It's always better if you can get off of the freeway, if you have something like this to take care of. Always better. Okay, I'll be back here in just a minute. Alright, I think we got that under control. The back half of my tarp was coming off the back end of the truck, the back end of the trailer. Camera set up right. So it's a brand new tarp, and it was just sort of flopping a little bit. It's all tied down the way it's supposed to be now, and we should be good the rest of the way down to Phoenix. So let's get back on the road. Come in, take the right exit. Okay, on the road again. It's a tough job, the guys that up at the yard that put those tarps on the truck. It's usually one guy trying to do it, and you have to get up in there and kind of unroll it while you're walking on the tarp itself as you're unrolling it down the truck. You want to walk on the tarp because otherwise you're standing in the trash. You don't want to do that. And it's big. These trailers are big, and it's awkward, and it's heavy, and there's bungee cords all over the place, and they get hooked on everything. I don't envy those guys. They do a good job, but it's tough work. We are getting pretty close to Phoenix. 33 miles from Phoenix right now. We're just coming into Anthem out here. Following behind a CFI truck. I don't know how many of you guys watch there's another YouTube channel called Riding with Dave. He was a CFI driver. Now I think he and his girlfriend, they like team drive, or she drives and he rides along and makes videos. Anyway, those are pretty good. I like their channel. It's good videos. It's got a lot of content on there, a lot of videos. Lots and lots and lots of followers. Like, I don't know, 200,000 or something followers. I'm almost there. I think I've got 35. No, not 3,500, not 35,000, 35. And I appreciate every one of you 35 people that are following me. I hope you find these videos at least somewhat entertaining and interesting. There's another one I like to watch called Trucking Through Life. And the driver's name is Chuck, and he drives for Estes Express. And I see those trucks on the road quite a bit too. Just a couple of interesting other trucking channels if you guys like that kind of stuff. I assume you like that kind of stuff while you're watching this video. Got to get over to the right early down here before this exit because I don't know how well you can see it up there ahead of us. The traffic is definitely picking up down here, and it's inevitable that where I need to get off the road, there's somebody trying to pass me on the right if I'm not in the right-hand lane way early. It makes it really tough to get over. I'm not in the far right lane here because this lane right beside me on the right is going to end up here in just a little bit. And then I will be in the far right lane. I'm just watching behind me, making sure nobody's trying to sneak up on my right side here. There's one car going to try to get around me here at the end of this lane where we're going to run out of lane. Oh, no, he changed his mind. He's hitting the brakes and backing off. Wise decision. Ramp coming down right here. There's definitely some cars on it, so I'm gonna have to kind of fit in between them here. There we go. Worked out pretty well. We have reached the exit at Grand Avenue, and we're gonna get off here a little ways down Grand Avenue to Deer Valley Road, and that's where we turn to go to the Northwest Regional Landfill. What a lovely place. Great big hole in the ground where we put our trash. It's kind of surprising with all the technological advances of the world, still the best thing we can come up with for our trash is to dig a big hole and bury it. Well, we have made it to the landfill. Just turning in the main gate right now. Go hop on the scale and see what we weigh. One of the trucks coming out of here a few weeks ago got tangled up with these big yellow concrete blocks. Boy, did he have a mess on his hands. I don't know how he did it. He must have clipped one, blew a front tire. That drug him over sideways, and he got on top of another one with his trailer. It was a mess. Took him a couple hours to get that thing loose and out of there. Oh, there's a lot of trucks trying to come in right now. We have our own kind of dedicated scale over here that all the other trucks don't use it. It's nice. Get past the line that way. What we get here, 78,500 pounds, 23.66 tons of trash. A little look at the way the road is all rutted out down here at the bottom of the pit. from all the rain and the mud. It's getting packed down again, but it's deep. They're deep ruts. You gotta remember, we're driving on a big pile of trash, so it's kind of soft and squishy, and there can be all kinds of stuff down there inside of it that you're running over. This guy's waving me around for some reason, so that's fine. Oh, that's Marquise. Marquise is the head chipper operator. So he's down here all day. He's just letting us go to get on ahead of him and get out of here a little sooner.
Hour on. One.
Hey, good morning, Marquise. How's things today?
Oh man, pretty good, man. I see you got a new tarp. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, it's a nice one, but it was trying to blow off all the way down here. I'd stopped twice and put it back together.
Oh man. Yeah, that's not good. But hey, at least it's new, man.
Hey, you got to look as good as you can when you're hauling trash.
Yeah, forward of that.
And there you have basically a round trip run from here, the landfill, back up to Prescott, pick up a trailer, come back to the landfill. One big loop. That was a pretty easy one too. Not too overcrowded down here. So we're going to get back on the road, get on up the hill and pick up number 3. One last run for the day, unless the boss calls me. Sometimes they call on these holidays and want us to shut down after 2 just because they're afraid it's going to turn into a great big 100-mile long game of bumper cars on the freeway with everybody trying to get out of town. So we'll have to see how that goes. But if I don't get that call, I'm doing another run today for the end of the day, and then I'm doing one tomorrow, just one in the morning. I'll be back home by 10 o'clock. So here we are, back where we started. First thing this morning, out the gate. If I don't talk to you again, have a happy 4th of July weekend, and I will catch you later.